What's one thing you'd never think of putting near your Christmas tree? Fire, of course, but did you know that's exactly what people used to do before electric Christmas lights? Martin Luther of the Protestant Reformation is usually credited with starting this trend in the 1600s. It's said he was walking at night when he saw the beautiful stars among the evergreen trees and wanted to give that same experience to his children, while also making it a biblical lesson about the Magi following the stars to reach Jesus. This is the most digestible story, but it's likely just a legend. As I've learned doing all these origin stories, there's typically no definitive answer to who did it first. That doesn't change the fact that for centuries, open flames were being put right onto these trees and were an extreme hazard. That is, until a man named Edward Johnson, who was working alongside Thomas Edison, got the brilliant idea to use the string lights Edison created on his tree. In 1880, Edison had hung these string lights around his Menlo Park laboratory. But in 1882, Edward Johnson created his own set of 80 red, white, and blue lights and hung them around his Christmas tree. He placed the illuminated tree in front of a window in his house for all to see, and the tree even rotated. People were amazed by the display, and although this was a brilliant alternative to candles, it didn't catch on for some time due to the general public's mistrust of electricity. But in 1895, President Grover Cleveland had a Christmas tree at the White House illuminated with over 100 multicolored bulbs. Although people now love the idea, only the wealthy could afford them in those early days. The entire setup of renting the generator and having a wireman set up the lights was about $2,000 in today's money. By 1903, General Electric began mass producing these lights, which brought the price down a bit. Now you were looking at about $350 for a string of 16 bulbs. A real shift happened in 1917 when a teenager named Albert Sadaka, whose family ran a novelty lighting company, thought to repurpose the white lights his family produced by switching them to colored bulbs. And thus, Christmas lights became accessible to the middle class, and now we use them everywhere, not just for trees. Stay tuned for day 9.